Something is aligning in your favor, even if it doesn't look like it right now. So let's see what the universe is quietly setting up for you. This is a pick a card reading, so take your time. The first card, we have her. This is group number 1. Group number 2 has the Rocket. And group number 3 has the Cosmic Sunflower. Take your time, but for now, let's go into group 1. Hello, group 1s. In this reading today, what you don't see coming. We're going to be going over where you currently stand, what's unfolding behind the scenes, what's blocking you from seeing it clearly, what spirit is trying to tell you subtly, the whisper of the winds, what's about to trigger the reveal, how it will make you feel at first, what the situation is teaching you, where this energy will lead, when the clarity or shift will occur, and the final advice from Spirit. So let's get started. Let's see what your card is. Wander Root is coming out. So you might be in a place where you feel pretty stagnant where you are. You're maintaining your roots of where you are right now. You're feeling kind of uneasy about it because we all see perspective differently when there's travel, when there's motion, whether this is physically or spiritually. So you might want to go somewhere different than you normally go in your everyday life to experience this kind of change. So this is where your current energy is. Number 32 might be significant as well. We can also read a little bit about the Wander Root in the book. Wander Root reminds you that change doesn't happen when you arrive somewhere new. It begins the moment you choose to move. Like the winding road in the card, your path may twist and surprise you. That's the point. Expansion comes not from comfort, but from experiencing the unfamiliar. Let curiosity lead you, not control you. So motion will shift your mindset. Where do you feel called to go? Let's get a little more into that by getting into the tarot. I literally split the deck. The Emperor is in reverse and the 7 of Cups, which to me is telling me that Spirit is kind of giving you some confusion. You have a clouded judgment right now of where you're going. So what is this hidden force? The King of Swords. There is a lot of power in your knowledge. You know a lot more than you think you know already. There's some sort of hidden strength. There's wisdom here. I think you know where you want to go, but familiarity is leaving you where you're at right now. Spirits, what's blocking this collective from seeing it clearly? The 2 of Wands. Interesting. I'm getting a lot of resistance in this reading already. I feel like you, in your soul, have a desire that you want to do something, that you want to go somewhere, but you're feeling very pulled back and the tension is just unbelievable. It's almost like you want to refuse whatever you don't see coming, and that's why Spirit is wanting me to have this conversation with you right now. Something's going on with the 2 of Wands being in what's blocking you right now. It's almost like you already know. There's expansion here, but there's also limitations. So let's get a little more into this. I'm getting really confused by you. This is your current energy. This is what's unfolding behind the scenes. You have a plan that you've been meticulously putting in place. And now this is what's blocking you. This is what's holding you back, is the sense of perfectionism from where you want to go and what you don't see coming. It's blocking you from seeing clearly. I think that's why I feel so confused right now, and it feels very clouded. I see a lot of pink clouds, I see a lot of sparkles, but it's almost like so foggy that you can barely even see the sparkles. Spirit, what is it that you're trying to tell them softly, subtly, in a whisper? What are you trying to tell them? The 10 of Pentacles. There's actual wealth coming in for you. Abundance is coming in for you. You're not seeing what's in front of you right now. There's family structure here. It seems to me that you're not necessarily happy in your emotional realm right now. You're training your mind to be that way, and that's why you don't really see what's clearly in front of you. But this is what Spirit is trying to tell you, that everything is going to work out in your favor. You're going to have the ultimate wealth of abundance. You probably already have this, but you're very clouded in your judgment right now. I keep saying clouded. I keep seeing clouds and stars. What's about to trigger the reveal, Spirit? What's the catalyst in this situation? The Queen of Wands. There's action that's being taken place here. Like, you've already put yourself out there. You already put the plan out there. And I think you're kind of in this space where you don't know where to go from here, but you already did it. So there's nowhere to go anymore. You've already done what you needed to do. I need a clarifying card, actually. For this Queen of Wands, the trigger. What's about to trigger the reveal? I need clarification. Risk, number 8, is the trigger. So you have taken some sort of risk. I feel like this is a financial thing. This is a financial risk, maybe a business inquiry. It definitely feels like that. I just wanted to be like, risque, but like it feels different. It feels like you're uncomfortable because you've made a decision in your life where you're not going to stay stagnant anymore, and you're going to push through this motion of perspective and travel, and you're going to see your life differently, but you're also feeling very uneasy from it. But this is the trigger. This is what's going to show you what life is going to give you. How will it make you feel at first? The Ace of Vessels, the waters of life. So yeah, it's a new feeling that you've never felt before. It's a new chapter that you're going into that you've never experienced before. Feeling very emotional, but it's in like a good, overwhelming way. Like you're trying to find yourself through this. What is this situation teaching you? What is the lesson or the gift, Spirit? The Queen of Stones. So I think this is all about learning how to be independent and learning how to be happy in solitude. The bear movie, when the human turns into a bear and Brother Bear, that's what I'm getting. Is like you're learning to love yourself through nature and through spirituality. I feel like you've recently awakened to your own spirituality, probably in the last year. And it's given you a sense of peace of mind of basically your entire life. And you're trying to navigate your new world, your new life, and your new identity that you created for yourself. Where will this energy lead? What's the outcome here, Spirit? The Knight of Arrows. So there's a lot of movement happening here. Things are going to be moving in your favor. Things will be happening so fast that you won't even see it. Like you're at a point right now where you're not seeing any progress. But once this takes place, once this upholds, the energy will keep flowing continuously, unexpectedly, and expectedly. So let's talk about timing. When will this occur, Spirit? 7 of Stones. I don't think this has an exact timing. This is talking about your complete healing in yourself through your trauma, through your wounds. Once you have completely and utterly loved yourself to the point where you treat yourself as a God essence because you are part of God and the universe, and once you realize that and fully acknowledge that and incorporate it into your daily life, then this will start going. The timing will start shifting, and you will see magnificent results in your life. I think this is all about self-healing and knowing your self-worth. Repeating I am, I will statements will help you in this life. What's the final advice? The Village. Wow. This card comes up a lot in my readings. And it's basically about being your own star in your own village. Creating a community that you love and respect and want to be a part of. But it's something that takes emotional challenges, strength, courage to go through and risk to be the star of your own village. There's clouds here too, and sparkles, and a rainbow, telling you that you know exactly where you want to go, but it takes courage and time to heal yourself to get where you want to go. 62. Life has to end, but love doesn't. All that we love deeply becomes a part of us. So maybe you have some loved ones on the other side that have been cheering you on and keeping you going, but it's been hard for you to understand what that path is exactly. There's also a heart in that card, which tells me that you have a lot of love to give. It's just a matter of who and what you give your love to. So list all the things you love and enjoy that cost no money. See all the ways in which you already are so rich. That's the action to take. So signs point to yes. Yes. Go for it. Go for whatever this is, this passion, this love that you have, because it's very evident that you're resisting it. But there needs to be a risk. There needs to be something to take place in order for you to achieve your ultimate goal, your ultimate success. What you don't see coming is a life that has to end. Your identity right now needs an audit. You need to release this energy. You need to burn this energy. Shake it out. Whew. Sorry. That was heavy. Let's pull a couple more cards here. The initiation, the rite passage, crossing the threshold. So you're almost there. There's literally a portal on the other side. You've been stuck in a depression for a really long time. I think you have been thinking this through. I just think you have been arguing with your inner dialect about when, how, what. It's almost like your negative thoughts take over sometimes and they consume you for like the entire day until you realize, wait a second, this isn't healthy. Last card. Whale and Orca Elders. Share your song. Frequency of sound. Diving deep. So you do have a high frequency here. You really do. Again, I really firmly believe that travel is going to help you right now more than anything. Once you take that step forward, that baby step, it's going to help you move more than you've ever felt before. But let's read about the Whale and Orca. If you pull this card, you're being called to surrender to your deepest truth and share it with potency, to bow to who you truly are, to stretch your heart wide enough to hold it all, to leave your fears, doubts, and baggage at the door, to question any part of you that doesn't feel good enough. So how are you being called to share your soul's unique song? If you enjoyed the Wanderroot card, I made an oracle deck. You can use my code ARTSY for a 15% off discount. This is a pre-sale and they will be shipping at the end of November of 2025. It's a limited stock, so don't forget to get your deck. That's it for my group ones. I really hope you enjoyed this. If you did, give me a like and subscribe. Thank you. See you next time. Hello, my group number twos. If you picked the rocket, this is your reading. I don't know why I really wanted to do that since it's a rocket. That show in the 90s where they skated a lot on the beach. What is that called? Blast off! Okay, anyways, let's talk about this reading. So, this is what we're going through. So, what you don't see coming is what we're basically answering here. We're going to be talking about where you currently stand, what's unfolding behind the scenes, what's blocking you from seeing it clearly, what spirit is trying to tell you subtly, what's about to trigger the reveal, how it will make you feel at first, what the situation is teaching you, where this energy will lead, when the clarity or shift will occur, and the final advice from spirit. So, let's get into it. Let's look at your card. The Floral Prism. Oh my gosh. I mean, it says frozen potential here. So there's definitely something that you have stuck inside you. It seems to me that something is very crystal clear here. I keep hearing crystal clear. But let's read into the guidebook and it'll tell you a little bit more about what Floral Prism means to you. So frozen doesn't mean broken. It means becoming. How beautiful. Like a clear quartz holding light within its structure, this card speaks to the parts of you that have been paused, waiting for the right frequency to awaken. You're not stuck, you're storing potential. Floral Prism reveals that what's felt frozen is actually forming crystalline focus beneath the surface. This is a moment of quiet revelation. The flower resting atop the crystal isn't blooming by accident. It's drawn to the purity, the truth, the amplified energy now rising in you. Let go of what clouds your inner signal. When clarity returns, so does your power. Sometimes it's a gentle sharpening of your focus or a quiet peeling back of illusion. Don't underestimate this frequency. What seems subtle now may echo for lifetimes. So what clarity have you been quietly waiting for, and what might happen if you stopped waiting? There's something that you've been forcing and pushing and not really letting it come to you in a way that feels natural, that feels abundant. So let's get into the tarot and we'll answer a few more of these questions. So what's unfolding behind the scenes? What is this hidden force for this person, spirit? The Six of Swords. It's almost like you're going on your own journey, but you don't want to be. You don't want to be by yourself. You want to depend on people. You're stuck in a thought pattern that's not treating you. It's like the golden rule, right? Treat others the way you want to be treated. Your thoughts are not treating the way that you want them to treat you. You deserve better. You know you deserve better. But you're not talking to yourself like you would a friend. You're not giving yourself that excuse. I mean, you wouldn't tell your friend, hey, I don't like you. Hey, I don't like that outfit because it's the color red and I don't like the color red. By the way, I love the color red. So, I mean, that might be a sign. So, what's blocking you from seeing it clearly? The Knight of Cups. That kind of tells me a couple things here. You are a very explosive person. You're not afraid to be direct and blunt, but it's almost like you've realized that doing stuff like this is holding you back, and you've been reclaiming that energy and using it more wisely than you ever have before, and that's why you feel like you need to be dependent on others. Because you don't feel validated in your own thoughts and how you're feeling, and you don't feel like you deserve more, even though you do. Even though you do. You're taking more thought into your feelings than you ever have before. What is Spirit trying to tell you subtly? Like, what are the soft, whispery signs that they are giving you right now? Temperance. Interesting. Because I was just saying how fiery you are. I'm getting like very fire energy. And temperance comes out as what Spirit is trying to tell you. So definitely there's patience that needs to be learned right now. I'm hearing this is farther away than you think. What's about to trigger the reveal? What's about to trigger this reveal, Spirit? This one really wants to come out. The Six of Cups. I feel like there's just a lot of emotional baggage coming from you. I feel like once you release this emotional baggage, this energy that you've been holding on for so long, and once you finally realize that you can give yourself to others without fully relying on them, that's going to be the trigger for when this is happening for you. What you don't see coming. You have full potential to do whatever you want in your life. You have a passion that's very bright and it's burning with desire. But are you going to transmute this energy in a way that is going to serve you? Or are you going to tuck it in a box and create a square? Let's do a different tarot deck. How it will make you feel at first. What's the emotional impact, Spirit? The Seven of Vessels, mourning. So you actually might feel some grief, some sadness when this occurs. You might not have ever felt this kind of feeling before when this does happen. It might feel like you're leaving something behind, leaving someone behind, or overall not feeling like yourself. That's what I'm getting. It feels like an ego death. When this happens, you will start to feel like when you judge things in particular for how they look, how they act, or maybe you have a preconceived judgment of them, stereotype, bias, whatever, that comes through your mind, then you immediately think, why am I doing this? It's not serving them, and it's not serving me, and it's not serving my higher self. So why should I think these thoughts? I should really throw those away instead of my love for myself. What is this situation teaching you? What's the lesson? What's the gift that you're receiving from all of this? The Archer, number 7. With the number 7 being in this position, and there's definitely two, like, it looks like white wolves or dogs. Taking action in your thoughts and how you feel, taking control of your feelings is going to bring you a connection in your life that is potentially romantic or platonic, but it definitely will bring you a relationship that is worth the mental work. It's aligning you with someone that is helping you go higher than you've ever been before. I don't want to say like mid-level, but because we're all on higher frequencies. If you're listening to readings, you're definitely on a higher frequency, but it's almost like you have brought yourself down and you need to bring yourself back up, because once you bring yourself back up, you kill that ego. You're going to be aligned with someone that matches that same energy as you. In the best way, not where you're at now. Right now, you're feeling all sorts of feelings. You want to give yourself to others. You want to care for others and be there and be that solid rock, that solid foundation. It's hard for you to be that rock when the foundation is like crumbling clay. It's shaky. It's not sturdy. It's not safe. You want that security. I can feel it. You want to take off. It's almost like you want to run away from your current life. Let's clarify on the lesson a little bit with an oracle card. I feel like it needs it. What do we have, spirits? Gratitude. So I think you're learning that patience comes with gratitude. Learning patience means learning gratitude. Gratitude is something that brings us to our ultimate selves. brings us to peace, to love. I keep wanting to say frequencies, but I feel like you're a singer or a songwriter or something that involves music, because I keep thinking frequencies and it gives me a vibe of music. I feel like you need to express this sort of feeling that you've been having onto your art, onto your creative activity that you do, because it's going to give you an outlet. It's going to give you the best song or the best poem, the best whatever that you're making of your life. It's going to bring you more power and wisdom that you've ever accomplished in your life before, because you choose to do those things. What's the outcome here, Spirit? The Nine of Cups. So ultimate fulfillment, feeling content, feeling success, feeling absolutely, undeniably happy with your life. You are right where you need to be. You need to work on yourself, obviously. We all need to work on ourselves. But it's the fact that once you do this, once you work on the things that you need to work on, because obviously you have potential. There's potential. There's just homework. Everyone has to do a little homework in order to ace the test, because we're in Earth School, right? We're learning. You might not think you are, but you are. When will this happen? The Queen of Bows. A bunny, a hare, a rabbit. Tricks are for kids. It's coming in fast. It's coming in very soon, and it's kind of going to jump at you in an unexpected way. It also kind of looks like there's a castle behind here, so I think you're definitely running away from a life that wasn't serving you. I don't know why I'm hearing validation, but it's almost like you were stepping on eggshells. I feel like you're getting out of a narcissistic relationship. I'm just saying, like, it really doesn't have to be romantic, but there's somebody in your life that's been kind of, I'm hearing whips, kind of keeping you where they want you to be, not where you want to be, and you feel very held back. So it's going to lead you in an outcome, a feeling of a sense of bravery. I'm hearing the word noble. And you might feel tethered after you make this decision of where you want to go. But once you make that decision, I don't think there's any going back after this. Once you decide on what's going to happen, it's going to happen very quickly. What's the final advice? The Moorland. Number 7 again. Wow. There's also a lot of skulls in this in a mountain, so that definitely tells me that there's challenges that you're going through, but there's sprinkles of stars here. It's just telling me that there's magic in the air. There's something to look more into. Maybe there's something that you've overlooked. Let's read about it. It's not the situation that disappoints you, but the expectations you have of it. The skies open up in the cold moorland as the heaven says, embrace what is, not what you think it should be. Now is the time to break free from the expectations that people have of you and the ones you have for yourself. So ask yourself, have you been living a life of people pleasing, or are you making choices according to the desire of your spirit? I think this goes really well with the floral prism and the fact that you're not fully expressing your authentic self and you're doing what other people are wanting you to do versus what you want to do. You feel very controlled. You feel very uncomfortable because you're being complacent. Once you pursue this kind of freedom, that is going to be your key that unlocks this new path for you. Any other advice here, Spirit? 7-7. Oh my gosh, this is crazy. So do not judge the progress you're making with your physical senses alone. So I think you've been trusting your physical senses, but you haven't been really looking into your intuition or your spiritual side very much. And I think you maybe have tucked that away in your past. Maybe you, at one point in your life, You were very into your spirituality, you trusted your gut, and something turned you the wrong way, and you decided to put that away for a while. And now you're realizing that that's exactly what you need right now. And maybe that's why you clicked on this tarot reading, to help you see what you don't see coming. So the Age of Light. You've been training for this for lifetimes. You've been going through the same chapters, the same cycles in different previous lives. And now you're realizing that you've been making the same mistakes over and over again. You felt kind of like a clown. You felt kind of silly because you've been making the same mistake. And here you are again. I just got like a random itch in my throat. You might feel I'm hearing the word dehydrated from your soul. It's just like a fact of being playful in your life right now, experiencing things through a childlike lens, literally trying to see a fun rainbow wherever you go is going to help you with your current life right now. I actually kind of want to read a little bit more about that card because I've never had that one before. If you ever feel unprepared or daunted by the path that is calling you, know this. You've been training this for lifetimes. You're way more than the days that have breathed through you in this life. You're also all of the lifetimes that came before. All of these experiences have polished your soul into the most magnificent expression that is your authentic self. You came in with a clear soul plan. You came in with wisdom beyond your years. This is the part of you that longs to be seen. This is the part of you that is ready to step forward. That is ready to emerge. That is not the lifetime to stay hidden, but to step forth, be seen, and rise. So yeah, I feel like you're very introverted. I feel like you don't know how to stick up for yourself. You're learning how to stick up for yourself. And you're doing this by spirituality, by cards. Honestly, I think you're really new to this. And it's giving you a sense of feeling like you're capable now. Does that make sense? Any last messages for this collective spirit? Deep love, birth as a portal. So we are the Heathers. We are the Heathers. I feel like you have a mother instinct. You have a natural mothering spirit in you that cares about people and that doesn't like hurting other people. But when people step on you and they don't treat you the way you want to be treated, you have to set boundaries. You have to be that protection, that mother for yourself in order to open up a new portal, a new doorway, to create a key that unlocks this chain. Whew. That was a heavy one. I really hope you enjoyed it. Also, I just noticed that this is 37. There's a 7 in this. So definitely be on the lookout for 7s, group number 2. This is your sign. If you liked this card, I am selling this deck. I created this deck. There is a pre-sale link going on. I'll leave the description below. But it's a 15% off discount if you use the word artsy. Yeah, it comes with a guidebook and 44 other cards. Thank you. Or 43 other cards, because this is 44. But thank you, group number 2. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Hello, group number 3s. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for coming to the party. So you chose the Cosmic Sunflower, which I feel like is all about perseverance and loyalty. So I feel like you're a very solid friend. I feel like you are a friend of a friend to multiple people because they appreciate how you're always reliable and there for them. I just feel like you're just a beam of light. What we're going over today, number 1 is where you currently are, your current energy, right? What's unfolding behind the scenes? What's blocking you from seeing it clearly? What spirit is trying to tell you subtly? What's about to trigger the reveal? How it will make you feel at first? what the situation is teaching you, where this energy will lead, when the clarity or shift will occur, and the final advice from Spirit. Whew, that was a lot, sorry. But I feel like explaining all of this helps with the whole reading. So let's see what card you picked. I just randomly put them on, so... Ooh, I love this card. It's called Split Mirror. Basically, this is telling me that yes, you are a very bubbly, happy person. Most people see that side of you. Most people want to be around you. And that's why they perceive you as this person that is so reliable and loyal and just a ball of light. But there's a side of you, there's a trauma of you. You've had a rough childhood that's been so tense and built up, and you haven't had time to really express that part of you that needs to be expressed. And you're just kind of like a sad little, I don't know why I'm saying onion, but you have a lot of layers to you that nobody really sees. So that's your current energy. Let's get into the tarot for this. My group number 1s and group number 2s, there was a lot of tension, and I feel like with group number 3, you are like refreshing. I don't know. There's something about group number 3s that's just given me something different. I don't know. I think you have like an innocent soul. I think you've been staying optimistic about what you see coming. What's unfolding behind the scenes for you? I feel like you're eventually going to come out of this essentially dual personality. You're going to express the darker side of you in a good way. Because you can't always show the best parts of ourselves. We have to show the worst part of ourselves as well. In order for us to grow, in order for us to become the ultimate higher self, right? So I think you're going to be fighting with yourself about that. It's the hidden force that is going to unlock what you're blocking. So what's blocking you right now? The Page of Cups. So yeah, when I said innocent energy, I know I meant that because you're a student. I don't know if you're young. I'm getting young energy, but maybe you're just a child at heart. Maybe you like to think like a child, especially if you're an artist. They don't grow up after being a child. You know what I mean? They see visions like a child does, and that's why they create art. So you're learning in this way. You're learning more about yourself, but I think you're fighting with yourself and your feelings. And that's why it's blocking you. You're being caught up in all of these new emotions that you're feeling, that you're learning, that it's essentially blocking you from moving forward. So what is Spirit trying to tell you softly, subtly, in a whisper, so to say? Six of Wands. So you were at 7. And now you're at 6. Spirit is telling you, this is an unexpected celebration. Whatever is coming, you're not going to see it. You're not going to see this victory, this win, because it's a surprise. You deserve it. You're worthy. You're capable. You're abundant. You're clearly at a higher frequency. Probably at the highest frequency you've ever experienced. That's why the Page of Cups is in that position. What's about to trigger the reveal? What's the catalyst here? What's the catalyst here? The Chariot. Wow, there's a lot of fast movement in your reading. This is coming quick. This is coming really quick, actually. The Chariot is all about being in the present moment and putting forth action that's somewhat impulsive. It's like an intuitive impulsive. Does that make sense? Let's ask for a clarifying card on the Chariot. Growth. Number 9. Yeah, this is definitely fast growth. It's almost like a seed turning into a sprout overnight. The giant taro. I don't know what that, I'm sorry. I don't know plants. This is a huge spurt of growth here. And It's almost like you're acknowledging this part of yourself, and it's been going on for a long time, especially with this childhood wound. But it's almost like something clicked, and now it's happening so fast that you don't even have time to like actually process it. What is this situation teaching you? What's the lesson? What's the gift here, Spirit? The Green Woman, number 3. You're learning to put your own ingredients for a recipe. You're learning to incorporate things that you have learned over time. I just feel like you've been really hurt before, and there's been a lot of pain and suffering, but it's almost like you're flipping a switch and you're making your own pot of steak soup. That's what I'm getting. I know that's kind of weird to say, but there's kind of like a lizard dragon here. I just feel like this is the ultimate abundance. I don't know if I've said abundance a lot in this video, but I've definitely said it a lot overall. And I just feel like you're manifesting something that's creating a huge wave in your life. I see the ocean right now. Seashells might be significant for you. I feel like it's ultimately teaching you that you are the best version that you are going to be right now. Where will this energy lead? What's the outcome, Spirit? What's the outcome for this individual? The Blasted Oak. Interesting. Because the Blasted Oak is kind of like the Hanged Man, almost. It's kind of putting you in a position of thinking where you're going to go next. But it's almost like it's pushing you towards something that you're not happy with. I need a clarifying card on that. Because the Blasted Oak is an interesting card. You're having a lot of big feelings that you've never processed properly before, and you don't know how to express them in a healthy way. So 61, each morning we may be born anew. What we do now is what matters most. You might be stuck in a thought from the past, or maybe a situation that has held you back and is keeping you from going forward. So maybe that's why this energy is leading to this outcome, is because you're stuck in a past thought and you're not thinking what is going on in the present energy right now. You're stuck in a pause, you're stuck in a decision, you're stuck in a depression. It's almost like you like being sad. And sometimes it can be addicting when you get to the level of depression that you are in. Because once you get out of it, you feel like it's easier to go back. But you know it's not healthy, and that's exactly why you're listening to this reading right now. So let's look at the guidebook for this one. There's a little star here. Oop, backwards. So the action is to take your dream and put it into action with what you have available. Visualize it deeply, feel what it's like to already have it, make a mood board about it, and dress for it, or dress for it. It looks like you have a dream here that you've been wanting to go for. Yes, it will come naturally. Yes, it will come naturally. Stop looking at the past, because what's in the past is in the past. It's not going to change what is happening right now. Don't worry about all of this excess anxiety. Like, it's not serving you like that, you know? I need to look at 61. New beginnings or new chapters, especially in love life. Maybe that's why you're kind of stuck in this past thought, is because of the emotional baggage that you've dealt with previous relationships. And it's kind of making you go through this feeling so you can have this ultimate love life that you want to possess. Let's talk about when the clarity or shift will happen. Let's do this one. The King of Cups. This will occur once you get past this thought. Once you get past this cyclic pattern that you've been in. Because the King of Cups is all about emotional maturity. And being in tune with how you're feeling to the point where you know that it's affecting your soul deep down. Okay? Deep down. Let's talk about it. Today, you're going to forgive these past mistakes. And then you're going to love yourself unconditionally. That is when the timing will occur. Because you haven't been loving yourself unconditionally. You've been giving yourself half and half. You want whole milk, baby. You want vitamin D. I don't know why I said vitamin D, but you want that sunshine, okay? So, what's the final advice here, Spirit? Let's ask the Oracle. What's the final advice here? Group number 2 had frozen potential. So it seems to me that you need to understand where you feel stuck in, where that stagnancy lies, because it's going to teach you more than you've ever understood in your entire life. I feel like group number 2 went to group number 3. There was some love in the group 2, and now it's going into group 3 as well. Let me know in the comments what group you picked. What else, spirits? Beauty. So you are attractive, you're magnetic. You also might be in your 20s. I think that's why I got like the young vibe. Whoop. There's a light that's guiding your path right now. And it's giving you a lesson that you definitely need to move forward with this growth. The cave, number 10. There's a fire in the cave. Let's read about the cave. I don't think I've ever had the cave. The moment of shadows. The cave you fear to enter holds the treasures you seek. You are approaching a dark cave within your spirit, and it's time to look inward. It takes courage to look within yourself. It takes greater courage to see and accept the parts of yourself that are not pretty, the shadows, but it's often easier to see them in others than to acknowledge your own. It is often easier to project onto others what you don't like about yourself rather than admitting on occasion you could also be the bad neighbor, the bad partner, the selfish friend, or the arrogant person. Maybe in someone else's story you are the person they need to heal from. You are human. You are bound to make mistakes. Yet it can be a humbling gift to realize that on occasion you can be in the wrong too. So what's in balance here? It's connecting with the unconscious, controlling your impulses, and being aware of your flaws. And I definitely think that's where the split mirror is also coming from. So I think the cave is definitely coming out for you because it's trying to tell you that it's okay if you made a mistake in your past. It's what makes us human in that way, and you shouldn't take things so personally, especially when you're younger and dumber and you just don't really fully understand that not everyone is going to like you. If you're an older person, not in their 20s, I'm just saying you just have a very young spirit, and it's very beautiful. I feel like I pulled the most cards in this reading as well. So, play, have fun, celebrate, don't be serious. Why so serious? And also I must say, especially if you don't have problems with addictions or anything like that, I think it's okay to go out and celebrate with your friends when it's needed, when you need to just relax and enjoy a night out. I feel like you're just putting so much seriousness on the fact that you need to change, but it's also you also need to relax and have fun a little bit. You can't always be by the book. Last one, and then we'll be good. Jump in. So say yes to adventure. Say yes to change, because it's going to ultimately serve you in the best way, and it's going to give you that oomph that you need in life. So what you don't see coming here is definitely a shift in your reality. We didn't have any pentacles. We didn't have any earth elements. So I feel like this is definitely happening more on a spiritual, subconscious level. But once this takes place, once this goes forward and you actually decide on what you want to do next, because you've been in kind of a limbo land of I don't know, I feel like I need to do something. But instead of doing something, you decide to play, you decide to have fun, you decide to relax. That's when the true victory will come together. That's when you can celebrate in your champion form, in your goddess form. I love that for you. If you liked these cards, I am selling this deck on my Etsy shop. It's a pre-sale link, so you can use the code ARTSY to get a 15% off discount, and they will be shipping at the end of November. So be on the watch out for that. It comes with a guidebook. And yeah, if this resonated with you, like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.